French unions wanted a big turnout for Thursday's nationwide protests to emphasise the strength of opposition to pension reform. They got their wish. This was central Paris. Most French people accept the pension system needs reforming, but more than 70%, according to the polls, are opposed to Emmanuel Macron's plan to raise the retirement age to 64.
When you look at the amount of the BNP, the amount of the profits made by the shareholders, and the amount of wealth that is created in the country today, we are saying we should use a bit more of that wealth to fund decent pensions for all workers, both from public and private sector, rather than continuously enriching those who are already the richest in society.
The French president, on a visit to Spain, says France can't afford to keep things as they are.
In countries where people live longer, where we have created strong and fair welfare system, which rely on equality between generations, at moments where there are fewer and fewer people who are economically active and more who are retired, if you want the pact between generations to be fair, this reform needs to be carried out.
Train drivers, teachers and staff at refineries, as well as public transport workers, were among those who walked off their jobs. 12 of France's biggest unions have joined forces to lead these protests. That's unusual. They're not so united these days. And the unions themselves are not as powerful as they once were. But they hope that this protest will expand into a broader social movement, not just against increasing the age of retirement, but also against the continuing cost of living crisis. The unions have characterised the reforms as an assault on the country's welfare system.
Because I'm a teacher and I think I'm going to be tired when I'm 64. So I'm not sure I'm able to teach children when I'm 64.
We youngsters are not only here for ourselves. I'm 30 years old. My parents are close to 60 and they will have to work 2 or 3 more years.
The pension reform still needs to go through Parliament, where Macron has lost his absolute majority. So he's hoping to get it passed with the support of Conservatives. Bernard Smith, Al Jazeera, Paris.